Very after the announcement, yes, okay.
Good morning and welcome. Good, good morning, welcome, and thank you for joining us for today's Dharma Family Service, either in person or virtually via Zoom.
Today, four of us will be serving as MCs. I'm Matiko Yamaguchi, and I'm happy to be coaching Kayla, Kendra, and Taylor, um, uh, serving as MCs for the first time. I'm not really coaching, they are ready. I'm more nervous than them. Assisting at the temple with the technical support are Zoom crew members Alan Matsumoto, Joy Gaston, and Russell Nishihara. Colin Chong is our organist, and Betty Takeoka will lead the singing.
Please rise and let us start the service with the Vandana and Tisarana. Please chant both the Pali and English parts together with Reverend Blayne. Those of you on Zoom, please sure you have muted your mics.
Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu.
Please remain standing for an aspiration which Auntie Maki will share with you from a verse in Gasho to Amida.
In the clear, bright morning sun, in the fading light of the day, in the darkness of the night, I gasho to Amida. Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. It is now time for the offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. Please use both incense burners.
Let us observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namandam, 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 namandam.
Reverend Blayne will now lead us in chanting the Sutra Gasho to Amida. Words can be found on the laminated sheets in the back of the pews and on the screen.
Composed by the Reverend Kenru Suji, Gasho Tomida is a hymn that praises the Buddha of infinite light and life and celebrates the activity of great compassion which sustains our lives. This hymn reminds us that we should humbly approach life with our palms pressed together in reverence, gratitude, and joy. We chant these words so that we may hear the Dharma and awaken to the virtues of the Buddha. May our voices together express our profound gratitude and appreciation for the Buddha's great benevolence. I recite Amida's name with deep joy and gratitude. I gasho to Amida. Trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I gasho to Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seed sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I gasho to Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nembutsu. I gasho to Amida. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I gasho to Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I gasho to Amida. Nembutsu in work and play. Every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. I gasho to Amida. Remember the golden chain. Kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I gasho to Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I gasho to Amida. This great power guides my life. I gasho to Amina. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namanabu, 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 namanabu.
Please rise for singing of the Gatha when we see the golden sun.
Words can be found on page 173 in the Praises of the Buddha Gatha book. Again, page 173 in the Gatha book.
When we see the golden sun shining from above, we are mindful of the Buddha's love. For us all his pure compassion sheds its steadfast glow. By his doctrine, wisdom's way to show. When we see the silver moon gleaming in the sky, we remember still our Lord is nigh. By his blessed law to guide us through this earthly night, out of sorrow into joy and light.
You may be seated. Reverend Blayne will now share a Dharma message.
Morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being MCs this morning. You're doing a great job. It's so good to see everybody here this morning. And so earlier this week, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I came across this short but beautiful poem by Nicolette Sauder entitled, "May We Raise Children Who Love the Unloved Things." And the poem goes like this: May we raise children who love the unloved things, the dandelion, the worms, and spiderlings. Children who sense the rose needs the thorn and run into rain-swept days the same way they turn toward sun. And when they're grown and someone has to speak for those who have no voice, may they draw upon that wilder bond, those days of tending tender things, and be the ones. Her words got me thinking about how simple life can be if we follow the heart advice found in the Buddha's teaching. Often we get caught up with life and we forget the simple yet profound lessons from our childhood. In the Golden Chain, we learn how we should try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than ourselves. This reminds me of how the Dalai Lama believes his religion is kindness, meaning that the Buddhist path is truly about what we do and how we live each moment of this impermanent and unrepeatable life. You know, we often look for truth elsewhere, except in our own heart and mind. But the Buddha taught that the point of his teaching is to reflect on and to control our own minds. In the sacred writings of the Buddha, he says, to avoid all evil, to seek good, to keep the mind pure, this is the essence of the Buddha's teachings. So I want to share with you the story called Bird's Nest. And it kind of talks about this idea of the essence of the Buddha's teaching. So long ago in China, there lived a monk who perched in a certain tree every day to meditate. No matter if the tree was swayed in fierce winds and rain, the monk settled himself comfortably high in the tree. Because of this, he was nicknamed Bird's Nest by the villagers nearby. Many of these villagers passed beneath the monk while hunting or while gathering wood in the forest. And after a time, they grew used to the monk. Some began to stop and talk of their concerns with Bird's Nest. They liked the things he had to say. And soon Bird's Nest became known for his kind and thoughtful words. After more years, the monk's wise reputation spread throughout the province. Visitors from distant cities hiked the remote forest for advice. Even the governor of the province decided that he too would like to visit Bird's Nest to discuss matters of importance. So, one spring morning, the governor set off to find him. And after traveling several days, he at last landed Bird's Nest. The monk sat calmly, high in the topmost branches, enjoying the warmth and the bird songs of spring. Looking up, the governor shouted, "Bird's Nest, I am the governor of this province, and I have come a great distance to speak with you. I have a most important question." The governor waited for a reply, but only heard the pleasant sounds of leaves stirring in the breeze. The governor continued, "This is my question. Tell me, Bird's Nest, what is it that all the wise ones have taught? Can you tell me the most important thing the Buddha ever said?" There was a long pause, just a soft rustling of leaves again. Finally, the monk called down from the tree, This is your answer, Governor. Don't do bad things. Always do good things. That's what all the Buddhas taught. But the governor thought this answer was far too simple to have walked 2 days for. Irritated and annoyed, the governor stammered, "Don't do bad things, always do good things? I knew that when I was 3 years old, monk." Looking down at the governor, Bird's Nest replied with a wry smile, "Yes, the three-year-old knows it, but the 80-year-old still finds it very difficult to do." How many of us are like the governor in this story, right? How have we forgotten the simple lessons of our childhood that are truly lessons for our entire lives? While we may not have control over the external events of our lives, we can always control our own mind and heart and how we respond to life's challenges. Life is already complex. We all know this. We don't need to make it more challenging than it really is, right? But how many of us do that all the time, right? So the simple lessons found in the Golden Chain reminds us of the essence of the Buddha's teaching: to avoid all evil, to seek the good, and to keep the mind pure. Let us all try to live with kindness for ourselves and others, like the Buddha teaches. So please join me in Gasho for a closing reflection, as we reflect on the words of Nicolette Sauter. May we raise children who love the unloved things, the dandelion, the worms, and the spiderlings, children who sense the rose needs the thorn and run into wearing-swept days the same way they turn towards sun. And when they're grown and someone has to speak for those who have no voice, may they draw upon that wilder bond, those days of tending tender things, and be the ones. In trusting in the Buddha of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call Amida's name in gratitude, joy, and awareness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for your message, Reverend Blayne.
Miss Hetty will lead us in the unison reading of the Golden Chain of Love.
Words can be found on the handouts and on the screen. Please join her in reciting the words out loud.
I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only on my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in a mighty chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace.
Thank you, Miss Hetty. We will now have the offertory presentation. Mahalo for your generosity, everyone.
Please stand as we will conclude the service with the singing of the Gatha and Ambutsu.
Namandam, 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 namandams, namandams, namandams.
You may be seated. This concludes today's service. Here are some announcements that Auntie Maki will share.
Upcoming schedule of services, event and reminder. Next Sunday, April 2nd, will be a regular Dharma family service at 10 a.m. Konahonganji Hanamatsuri service will be held on Sunday, April 9th at 10 a.m. Guest speaker will be Reverend Stephen Toyoshima of Higashi Honganji on Oahu. Once again, flowers are needed to decorate the Hanamido. If you have flowers in your garden and are willing to share them, please bring them to the temple on Sunday, April 8th by 10 a.m. Bucket will be placed outside of the conference room door near the temple bell. Thank you. Regular Dharma family service will be held on Sunday, April 16 and April 23rd. All services will start at 10 a.m. Calling all 2023 graduates. If you have a child or grandchild that will be graduating or has graduated from high school, college, or professional school this year, please let the temple office know by Monday, April 17th. We would like to honor all 2023 graduates at our Dharma family service on April 30th. Reminders. Be sure to open, read, and click on attachments and interesting links that were included with Reverend Blayne's weekly update, which he emailed this past Friday. Information on scholarship application are also included. 2023 Temple membership update form have been mailed out with the April Jiho. Please be sure to complete and return them as soon as possible. Mahalo. If you have not done so yet, please pick up your pre-ordered as well as extra 2023 Honpa Honganji Mission of Hawaii calendars, 125th anniversary souvenir booklet and appreciation gift and free COVID tested. 125th anniversary merchandise items are also still available for purchase. Any other announcement?
This is just really short. This after service, we'll have refreshments, and those, I guess a few may have brought ukulele, so we're going to be playing. But I see we're having Dharma Family Service on April 2nd, 16, and 23. I know something. So if you want to play with us, bring your ukuleles on those days and we can play. I have some music that we're going to play, introduce you to some picking. And I think we're going to try and prepare for Bodhi Day. Yeah? So a song for Bodhi Day. So please, if you have a ukulele, you want to play, you never played before, fine, I can teach you. If kids can learn it in a day, you can learn it too. Thank you.
Again, just I want to thank Taylor, Kira, and Kendra for being great MCs today.
Any other announcement? Okay. And how about a big hand for our MCs, Kila, Kendra, and Taylor, who did such a great job at the first time MC. Those of you on Zoom, when you are ready to leave, just tap on or click on the leave meeting button on your screen. Those of you here in person, refreshment will be served in the conference room. Mahalo to Mori Nakano, Mana Kunihiro, and anyone else who brought goodies to share. Your attendance today is most sincerely appreciated. Please stay safe and we hope to see you at future services. And I hope they will do MC again sometime soon. They did such a good job. I'm very impressed. Thank you.
Namanats, 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 namanats.